Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday afternoon, March 13th. We are looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and the NQ. So I had to leave early today, but the market kind of did what I thought had a very good chance of doing. As after attempting to push higher, they finally got the IB high. Incredibly, they tried to go trend up, failed. Incredibly, couldn't get the all-time high and or the overnight high. So look at this. We have three highs within, a point and a half. 46, 46.75, and 47.50. That's not going to stay. Doesn't mean it'll get it tomorrow, but it's not going to stay. The market, these longs gave it up in K and L, and L spiked really hard. We actually started with a trend day down, but we never probed and took back that trend day. So trend days up 10 out of 37 so far this year, and trend days down 3 out of 27, 11%. So they have not held whatsoever. Righty came back into balance on the daily as they took out yesterday's high. They also took out both sides of the IB, as you can see. And they end with an 11 wide POC. NQ does not take out the, NQ had only taken out the IB low. NQ is the weaker between ES and NQ today. And I was trading it based on that. And we'll go over that in a minute. But they definitely had more things in favor of shorting than ES did throughout the day. And let's go over those. So ES, and I'm not talking about L or M period. I'm talking about throughout the day. ES, now we both got our overnights, but ES, NQ got theirs right away. ES did get theirs in A, but NQ got theirs right away. NQ ended up with overlap and lower value. They did that early in the day and it never changed. ES was unchanged all day. NQ had indices against them. ES did not. NQ took out the IB low in E. ES did not. They lowered their POC. ES did not until late in the day. So there were definitely things that was happening. We couldn't get the open in NQ. ES got it in HIJNK before they failed. So those were giving me clues I'd rather be shorting NQ and be a little more cautious in ES. And that's what I did. I didn't take a long today. I was short ES and A period with the ebb and flow. Got below the opening. Now look, this happened yesterday. And remember, I got chopped up a little bit in A period. I said, I'm not going to change my style if the MGI is at least to start the same as yesterday. And it was. And I didn't. And I did well. So I was ebbing and flowing any kind of pushes up in A period and NQ. Why? Because they couldn't get the opening. Because they got the overnight low right away. They were below the simple moving average 144. And he did very well in A period. And then again in B period. I took the short right before the turnover and it ripped below A's low. Then when B came back up, I was taking a short against half back at that point. So, I'm sorry. In ES, I took a short in B period against half back, and that worked also. That was my only trade in ES today. So, two shorts. I shorted both NQ and ES, and B period did well, and A I did very well. In C period, we were one-time framing down, so I was making money on the short. Once the one-time framing stopped, I stopped initially, but we got to push up again against the 144 and took that and did well on that. D period, it looked like they were going to get a push. They were getting pushes on the turnovers. In other words, on the 15-minute and the half hour, NQ was getting pushes lower. So I took that right as C period ended and D opened and pushed down. So that was the morning. It was a very good morning. Then in the afternoon, before I left, I took a short in H period saying this could be the afternoon rally high. Now, I am going to use K as the afternoon rally high. We did go higher, but at that point, turned out to be a nice trade. I told the room, look, this was a pretty good sell tail. I didn't expect them to take it back. I said ES was a different story because we had not gotten the IB yet. So I was not surprised they got the IB high in H. The reason I wasn't looking for a short yet in ES is because I thought they had very good odds of getting the all-time high and the overnight all-time high. Never got either one of them. And before I left a little after 2:30, I told the room, look, this is one of two things is going to happen here. Either they're going to continue to one-time framing up, and eventually the Three Stooges, right, Curly, Larry, and Moe, will get this. Now, I still wasn't looking for a real big range extension if they did. I said, or they're going to roll over and wipe out these longs. I said, because our range is so small, and even with this spike in L, it's still our 10th smallest range of the year, $2.80. I said, because the range is so small, you're not only going to get POC, but you have a good chance of testing the lows and taking out both sides of the IB, which we did for the 22nd time in 50 trading days. Now, the spike didn't hold. The single prints didn't hold. Look where we closed. So what happened? Well, I think you shook out the longs, and then as soon as you took out B's low, all the sharks jump in the water. But these shorts got hurt rather quickly. That's all that was. The good news I like is we had an inside day for ES and an NQ. So that should give us a good opportunity tomorrow. Because when you have an inside day, you come out of it whichever way, you go with it and monitor for continuation or lack of. So we'll keep an eye on that. Another thing the bulls have to start thinking about. This is a 4-day balance. Okay? But 2 days in a row now, we've gotten within $1 of the balance high. And we haven't been able to get it. So what's the danger? Well, the danger is not only couldn't you get the balance high, you couldn't even get yesterday's high or the overnight all-time high, right? The danger is if you take out today's low, you can then fail at the balance high and try and trade at the balance low. Is that disastrous? Of course not. But it's still, 80 handles if that was to happen. So the bulls with the inside day not only want to come out of it to the inside, they want to get above the balance high. The bears want to come out of the inside day to the downside and be successful and push towards the balance low. But there's some big buy tails we got to take out prior to getting to that balance low. As far as destinations, in SPY with 10 wide at 516.40. And then we have today's high at 517.29. Remember, SPY and NQ, triple Qs have not hit their all-time highs. ES and NQ have because of the rollover, and I don't back adjust. SPY goes ex-dividend tomorrow night. So it's going to make it even harder to hit the all-time high because they're going to have about $1.60 taken off their price if they don't get it by tomorrow. For the downside, we have today's low of 514.49. For the highs, we have 46 in ES. Excuse me with this cough. 35.75, 10 wide, and today's low of 17.50. And then on the chart, four-day balance. I'm sorry. No, yeah, 4-day balance. Or 5-day balance. 5-day balance. So, and with an inside day. So the key is how we come out of this inside day tomorrow. If we come out of it to the upside and we get continuation, we should make all-time highs. If we come out of it to the downside, we have at least a chance of testing the balance low. PPI out tomorrow at 8:30. You would think after CPI, it shouldn't cause that much of a price fluctuation, but you know these algos are mindless, and uneducated traders will rip this market all over the place, not realizing that the market makes the news and not the other way around. Thank you for liking and subscribing to this channel. Have a great evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.